Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. And in this video I'm going to show you how to make or to cook pilau without pilau masala. I am going to only use 3 ingredients, let us just say 4 ingredients. Those are onions, mixed spices, ginger and garlic. So sit back, relax and see how you can make pilau without pilau masala. Who said pilau is only cooked with pilau masala? Yes, you're going to learn a different method today, how you can make your pilau without pilau masala, and it will turn out very great. Yes, so watch till the end and don't forget to share this video to everyone out there and ask them to try this method of pilau. And you can also try this method using the mixed spices and tell me in the comments how it will turn out. I am also going to show you how to make kachumbari with vegetables. Yes, I really love this kachumbari and I really enjoy it. It is very sweet, especially if you put some lemon inside. So don't forget to watch till the end and give this video a like. So of course, you're going to start off by boiling our meat. I am using bozi meat. I love using it because it's very soft and it cooks very fast. We're also going to have a lot of onions. Pilau, the secret of pilau is a lot of onions. We're also going to have ginger and garlic paste and some mixed spices. So yes, these are the only, and some oils, and here's the bozi meat. These are the only things I use for pilau. So these other ones are just for my kachumbari, some hoho, carrots, lemon, onions, dania, and also a little bit of tomato. Yeah, so the first thing we are going to put is the onions. You put your oil first, let the oil start getting hot, then you're going to pour all your onions inside the hot oil. Yes, the secret of pilau is a lot of onions, and the onions need to get brown. That is the main secret for the pilau, and the pilau is going to turn brown. You won't have to add or soy sauce or I don't know what for the pilau to turn brown. The secret is the onions. You are also going to need enough oil depending with the amount of rice you're using. Yes, so those are the main secrets of pilau. So you're just going to start stirring your onions and wait for them to start getting brown. So as you can see, our onions have really reduced in volume and they have already started getting brown, and this is what we're looking for. And now at this point is when I'm going to add my meat for it to also continue getting brown with the onions. Remember, we want to fry the meat with the oil so that it can become a little bit hard. So here I am adding some meat and just stirring it. I also reduced the heat to avoid any burns of the onions. Make sure that you've reduced your heat so that your onions do not get burnt or get black, because it will be very bad for the pilau to have black onions. Remember, you also need to keep stirring because the onions now at this point are really sticking to the sufuria or your pan. So just keep stirring to avoid any burns. Then at this point is when I'm going to add my ginger and garlic paste. And I have seen a lot of people cook this paste first. They cook the onions, ginger and garlic, tomato paste, soy sauce. They cook it first, then after that is when they add the meat. But on my case, I like putting onions first. They start getting brown, then I add the the meat. Then in the meat is when I add my ingredients so that they can infuse into the meat. That is how I really like my pilau, and that is how it gives a lot of flavor to the meat and to the pilau. So after that, after adding the ginger and garlic paste, I'm going to add, I'll let it cook for a few minutes. Again, I will let it get brown again, the ginger and garlic paste. After it has gotten brown is when I'm going to add my mixed spices and also let it cook for a few minutes. As you can see, my meat is turning brown slowly by slowly. Everything is just brown. This is where you get the brown color of pilau. Don't be cheated to, don't be lied to that add a lot of soy sauce, add a lot of pilau masala, that is how your pilau will be brown. No, this is how we get the brown color of the pilau. Just browning everything, and be very, very careful. At this point, our heat is very low to avoid any burns. Be very, very careful at this stage. So after this is when I'm going to add the mixed spices and let it cook for a few minutes. So you're going to add your mixed spices according to the amount of rice you're cooking. As you can see, I'm adding 3/4 spoon of the mixed spices. I am cooking 1 kg of rice. I don't like using a lot of it because if you use a lot of it, your pilau is going to turn out bitter. So here I'll just continue stirring the mixture, the mixed spices, and let it cook for a few minutes. Again, at this point, it's still going to brown again. You'll just see it you'll see it later. And after you've stirred and it has cooked for a few minutes, you're going to add water according to how you cook your rice. I added I usually add double the amount of water. If I'm using 1 cup of rice, I'm going to add 2 cups of water. So that is what I added. So after a few minutes of the mixed spices, as you can see, it is very, very brown, not burnt. Very, very brown, dark brown. So here I'm just going to add water and let it boil. I like leaving my water to boil fast because I just like following the rules of cooking the rice. Yes, so here you can also still add water, then just put the rice immediately, but I just like following steps. So look at it, very, very brown. This is the brown color of pilau. Yes, so I'll just be adding water and cover it and let it burn and let it boil. Meanwhile, while I wait for my water to boil, I'll be preparing my kachumbari. So as you can see, my water is brown in color, and that is what we were aiming and looking for. Yeah, so then I'll later cover it and let it boil, and I will add my rice later. Meanwhile, let me prepare the kachumbari. So here my kachumbari, I started off with the onions, and I do love cutting my onions round. I just love the old vibe of round onions in the kachumbari. Yes, so I'll be starting off with the onions and cutting them very sliced, very thin. I love it thin because my daughter also eats this kachumbari, so I don't want her to start telling me that she has eaten raw onions, so I just cut it very thin. The capsicum also needs to be very thin. My dania, I don't use the stems, I only use the leaves, and my tomatoes also are going to be very thin. Everything in the kachumbari just needs to be thin. Okay, so here I'm just cutting my capsicum very, very thin. So on the other end, our water is ready, and we're just going to add our rice. Then you're going to stir it for it to become uniform. And by the way, I'm using basmati rice because it is the best for pilau. I've severally used bishori rice and it always comes out in clumps. So if you're out there and you know how to cook bishori rice with pilau na itoke moja moja, kindly comment, show us how you do it for the bishori rice to kutoka moja moja. Meanwhile, I just love using basmati on the pilau. Yes, so here I'm just adding the rice, then I will stir it for it to become uniform. Then I will reduce the heat again when it starts to boil. So after you have made it uniform, you're going to cover it with a lid and let it start to boil. Then immediately it starts to boil, you're going to reduce the heat because we don't want our rice to start burning from the bottom. So meanwhile, we are going to continue with our kachumbari, and here we are just grating our carrots, and I love using all the vegetables that can be eaten raw in my kachumbari. Yes, everyone who ate this kachumbari was really excited and really loved how it turned out, how everything just turned out. I also loved how the color came out, the blending of the color, the red, yellow, green, everything of the kachumbari. Then after that, you're going to add some salt in the kachumbari because you can't eat this without salt. And again, you're going to add in some lemon juice. It really came out very, very sweet. Try out this method of kachumbari, try out this method of pilau, and tell me in the comment how it turns out. As you can see, look how it has blended with all the colors of the vegetables. It really came out. This is very sweet and very attractive at the same time. And NB, something to note, my hands are clean, so don't come and stone me because I'm using my hands to mix the kachumbari. It's because I don't have that thing of mixing, so I'll just use what I have, and those are my hands. So here I am just squeezing the lemon juice, and make sure that you won't drop the seeds. So make sure you don't add a lot of salt because you already have the lemon juice in this, and when you add it too much, it's going to be very sour. Yes, then again I realized that the onions were not popping so much, so I decided to add a half an onion. Yes, then you'll go ahead and put this kachumbari in the fridge. You can cover it with a cling film, but I didn't cover it. I just put it immediately in the fridge because we were just going to eat it after a few minutes. Yes, so here just mixing everything, and I also tasted this and it was really, really sweet. So on the other side, our rice have started, the water has started reducing, as you can see, and I am going ahead to stir the rice. A lot of people say don't stir the rice because it will come out in clumps, but I have a secret. Just use the metal spoon and it won't. If you use those wooden sticks, I think mostly that's what causes the clumps. Then again, don't stir it so much. You just stir it this once and then let it to dry. I will go ahead and add fire on top of the lid because I don't have the aluminium foil. If you have the aluminium foil, please cover your pilau with the aluminium foil, then put another lid on top for the water to dry up completely. Because I didn't have the aluminium foil by this time, I just put the charcoal on the lid and let it dry. So as you can see, the water is all gone. Now it's just remaining for the rice to dry. Then now at this point I'm going to switch off my fire and still put the lid with the heat on top and let it dry once again. So here we are. Here is our pilau, very sweet, very dry. It is all cooked, there is no water, it has not burnt from the bottom. As you can see, it is very brown. We never used pilau masala. If you think pilau masala is what turns the pilau brown, you're very wrong. We never used soy sauce, we never used tomato paste. We only used 3 ingredients. Those are ginger and garlic, mixed spices, and onions. Those are the only things that we used. So as you can see here, it was now time to serve, and I went ahead and served it with some kachumbari, which I had put it in the fridge for it to get a little bit cold. That is one secret of kachumbari, by the way. You need to put it in the fridge to get cold. So I'll be serving it along with some juice also. If you're eating pilau without kachumbari and juice, I don't know what you're eating, by the way. That is not pilau. Pilau must go with some juice or soda and some kachumbari, nicely prepared kachumbari like this one. So if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much for watching, and I kindly request you to subscribe to my channel because you're going to learn a lot. And also share this video. Today you have known you not only cook pilau with pilau masala, but you can cook it with mixed spices. So share this video to everyone and show them how it's done. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video.